Hello, Liveleak. It's the ghost of Catjuggler here. How is everybody today? Very, very good. I watched the live show last night. Not a bad job. Just wanted to make a few comments on it. And the first thing I got to comment on is Minchia, whatever her name is, who did the intro streaming test. It was astonishing to me, the disgusting, rude, ignorant people that Liveleak caters to, who were calling her a cunt and telling her to show us your tits and turn around and bend over so we can look up the crack of your ass. What a bunch of filthy, disgusting people. But anyway, we'll move on to that. On from that to the real show. The show was interesting. And towards the end, Hayden, I thoroughly enjoyed your rant towards me, and no wonder you were so pissed off with me, because the reality is, me being there got far more attention than you did in the show, actually. So that was quite funny. But yeah, you calling me a cunt 27 times, that was hilarious. Do you think I haven't been called a cunt before? Big Lou has called me a cunt about 50,000 times already, so it makes no difference, you know, 5 more times from you, not 50,000. Let me see, how many times would he? Probably at least 25. So the 6 or 7 or 10 or whatever you did was a compliment. That was great. I loved it. Loved the attention. But yes, just wanted to respond definitely about the comments that chick got, and your rant towards me at the end. That was great. I loved it. Basically, yeah, that's about it. Basic your say material. Let me think. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah. It was quite funny that Arnold Arlane, Mr. Liveleak Videos himself, got totally ignored. It was quite funny watching him come on there. Skype's not working, guys. Skype's not up, guys. Oh, guys, get that fixed, guys. I want to call in, guys. And then he comes out and says, "Hi, Hayden." Silent. But yeah, it was quite funny. I really would have enjoyed seeing what he had to say. And that would have been classic. I was begging you guys to get it together so he could have done his thing, but oh well. You mentioned, Hayden, about the moderators and stuff, and I do want to respond about the moderators. The reality is that the mods are all just people on Liveleak who have applied to be mods. So, you know, it's no surprise that the mods did not do their job properly and shut down the Catjuggler account, because the reality is that was in direct breaking the Liveleak rules. You know, they quote, "Media, you know, created to attack another member is not allowed." Well, how come it was allowed to go on for as long as it did, Hayden? You know, and it doesn't surprise me, because the reality is that the mods are just people, like I just said, who apply to be, you know, they're Liveleakers like me and anybody else who was on there who applied to be a mod. And for all I know, Christ, Arnold Arlane could have been a mod that night, or Ed Kemper. Do you think that if they were mods that they are going to go against their Big Lou Bruno pal? I doubt it. So, you know, you had better change that situation. The reality is that if you're going to have rules enforced by moderators, you should have moderators that have no intellectual or emotional connection with the site whatsoever. And the only way that you're going to get that is to actually go out and hire professional moderators who don't have any stake in Liveleak except a paycheck, who will look at the information and decide, yes, that's attacking another member, or no, and deal with it. And if that was the case, this, you know, the situation with me and Big Lou wouldn't have gone as far as it did, because they would have shut down that Catjuggler account immediately. And, you know, like I said, no evidence was ever provided to me that it was not him. And Hayden, you mentioned a comment about I deleted your comments on the YouTube video that I left. I did not delete them. I think that you responded to me through a comment that John 1054 might have left, and he deleted his comments, and I think all of the comments that were made after that were also deleted. So I am totally inviting you back to repost your comments. I did not delete them. Like I said, I think John 1054 did, because he did delete comments that he made. And John 1054, you know, you turned out to be no real different than anybody else, because I've read a bunch of comments from you on threads that that you aren't speaking the whole truth. You know, it's amazing how people can be subjective and only hear what they want to hear, you know, not the whole thing. Because if you had listened to what I had said, your comments wouldn't even be on LiveLeak, because you wouldn't, you know, you would have known what the situation is and you wouldn't post them up. So really, you know, it turns out that you're no better than anybody else. You know, like I said, you can be extremely subjective in what you want to hear. Typical. But yes, basically, I wanted to mention the chicken getting all the rude comments, and how LiveLeak must be so proud of themselves to cater to those kind of people. I wanted to mention the moderators and how they are just LiveLeakers, and of course they are going to be biased towards people that they like over people that they don't. I wanted to mention your rant at the end again. That was hilarious. I loved it. You know, it's too bad you couldn't have been a little more anyway, nothing. But yeah, that was hilarious. I loved it. Loved the fact that like I said, I got more attention than you did in the show. Oh, and yeah, you talking about the show, you know, you really should have me come over there and do the show, because I am far more talented than you are. I mean, you just get up there and sit there and call people cunts. You know, Big Ern goes over there and bombs. You know, he goes on about how, you know, oh, he makes good vids and he's going over to England and gonna take over the LiveLeak show, and he gets there and bombs. He stands there like a little puppy dog, you know, totally shell-shocked about the whole situation. It was hilarious. But yeah, the show was interesting. I probably won't be back, I don't think. To be honest, quitting LiveLeak was truly a very good thing for me, because really I was wasting far too much of my life doing LiveLeak. For what? You know, really, for what? For nothing. So yeah, it's actually good. I am now back to doing it like I used to do. Like I said in my last vid, I come on to LiveLeak for 20 minutes or whatever, look at a few videos that interest me, and go do something else. But yeah, I just figured, since I was so featured in the live show last night, that I should come out and respond. And if I think anything else here in the next few minutes, I'll do another video. Cheers, LiveLeak. Oh, and I do want to thank my supporters out there. Like I said, I've gotten tons of responses that say that I should have stuck to my guns and not left LiveLeak, etc., etc. They want me to come back, etc., etc. I've read a few comments directly saying that they don't believe Big Lou, that he is full of shit. I commend that person, because boy oh boy, they're painting a target on their forehead. But anyhow, yes, I want to pass on a thanks to my supporters, and a thanks to my detractors. Thank you too, because it was hilarious. And I'll be around. I won't be there, but I will. Bye.